No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
I
What do you
did.
mean you wept?
I didn't like cry, but some tears came out when she came on stage.
Nah, you bugging. No, it didn't.
Dog. So I don't want to spoil it because people may still be going, but I'll say she comes out to Dangerously in Love, and she still got it, man. Her voice
Okay, but
and
like, but
angelic.
where in this equation, like, how do we get to you and the tears at the Beyonce show?
It's like hearing the voice of God, right? She comes on and the first thing she says is "I love you," and then she starts singing. Took me out,
You dead ass.
dead ass. It's funny. My
You
wife
pulled
was.
up on the SS dead ass with them folks in Montgomery with this. Yo, shout out to the good folks in Montgomery because it just feels like I ain't listen. I ain't seen a lot of racist acts go on since. They ain't hiding.
No, the SS dead ass.
Yeah, you was definitely on the SS dead ass. Yo, and I hope my man got some new sneakers because I know when he swam across that little river, he
He just
probably
has some
ruined
black
some.
forces. He good. But yeah, so I like tears are coming down my eyes. I look at my wife. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm crying." And then beside me was this it was this younger girl and it was her mother and her mother was crying. So her mother looks at me and says, "I'm 72 years old and I never thought I'd see Beyonce in person. My daughter bought us tickets and she started crying. She's like, I never thought I'd see Beyonce in my life. And here I am.
Hold
You would
on,
have you would have thought it
wait a
was that
wait a minute, hold on. See, now I have to interject, and this is gonna sound like hate. You say Granny was 72?
72.
Okay, Granny, you seen Mike and Prince and Beyonce is what got you acting like this? I'm calling Cappuccino.
I'm dead serious. That's what she said to me.
And that don't
That is
mean
the
that Beyonce
truth.
not like that. I'm just saying Granny acting a little brand new because I know she was outside shaking some ass when Thriller came on.
That's the God honest truth. She looked at
She
me and
was
I was like,
outside busting it wide, maybe respectfully, to maybe a little bit of Billie Jean.
sis, you probably at the I have a dream speech, and this is what got you? Like
Wait a
you
minute,
lived
hold
through
on,
segregation.
wait a minute. See, I'm over here talking about Michael Jackson. You talking about Martin Luther King. You see why me and my people cannot go forward? People, audience, what's happening? What's good? Another episode of Speak on It, episode 112. Shout out to our guy Kyle, already in the chat. Big time. What's good, Kyle? We're gonna have you on in a few weeks, maybe to chat a little bit of NFC North. But in the meantime, Danny, we are back at it once again, my brother. You already know when you see the bro with the fro, you know he cannot go anywhere until he speak on it. So you know what we came to do. My brother, y'all know what it is. Los D Mix here with the man himself, the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, I shall
Talk
say.
to me. Hey.
My brother,
Hey.
Danny Ocean. How's it going, my brother?
We living the dream over here, baby. Again, just in awe of the greatness of Beyonce Knowles. She was so great. My wife and I are talking about flying to New Orleans to see her again at the end of the tour.
That's how y'all feeling? Beyonce,
I'm
this how you got him acting?
dog. She put on a show. You know, you didn't go, but your lady went. She know. She know. Ask her.
She was telling me listen. So this is what I want you to explain.
Yep.
Give me your favorite 3-song run by Beyonce. When
My,
did you know?
that I was a fan from this album or just in general
And if I'm talking about from the tour, from the
from
show.
from the show. Heated was I actually have heated. She did Before I Let Go, like she did on the Netflix show. I mean, the Netflix, the Homecoming. She did Before I Let
Mhm.
Go. She did Heated, and then there's another. I'm trying to think. Cuff It was great. Dangerously in Love. Like I
But
said,
did
she
she do
came.
the regular Cuff It or the Wetter remix?
She just did the regular Cuff It from the album, but her dancers did the song that popped off from it. So like her dancer in the background doing the dance. Blue Ivy came out. Blue danced for like 5 minutes straight. Killed it.
Now,
And then Blue left and she did Ratchet.
now
Savage, not Ratchet. Sorry.
when you when you think about this show, does it inspire your creativity to maybe go out here and maybe sing a little bit? I mean,
Never.
you don't think you could maybe get like a
Nope.
light skin,
Nope.
slim fast, Ruben Studdard sort
Now,
of
why I got to be
revamp?
slim fast?
Well, because you're not Ruben Studdard big though.
Okay. Okay. That was a
See,
compliment. My
see, I'm
bad.
trying to see. You be trying to make it like
My
I'm
bad.
shooting. I'm not shooting.
My bad. That was friendly fire
See,
on my end. I'm
see.
sorry.
Tell the
That's
people
on me.
where the podcast is brought to them by.
This great show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. NFL season has started. Preseason is here. Drafts are right around the corner. I know our drafts are in a couple weeks. Again, going for two. A lot of great content, especially Cal. I feel like is pumping out stuff every single day. Yeah, a lot of smart people giving you a lot of free, smart advice so you can win your league. You can be like me and own the championship belt and reign supreme. So head over to goingfor2.com. Again, all your fantasy needs.
Kyle said band practice ended early, so he's here for the whole show.
Whoa, Kyle! I know you were in a band.
Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate it, my brother.
Kyle, what instrument do you play? I had no idea Kyle was in a band all this time.
Kyle, do you play the trumpet, the clarinet, or the white steel chair?
No, I was going to say electric guitar, but white steel. Kyle, would you like to play aboard the SS Dead Ass?
Oh, hey, yo, whoa, hey, yo.
Was that a pause moment?
Man, that was mad. That was there's
My
there's
bad.
probably so many pauses in that you needed like a DJ to scratch it up.
My
Listen,
bad.
now that we here, I
Yep.
want to start us off by maybe talking a little fantasy. I know it's not on the docket, but I have some fantasy stuff that I'm glad
Let's
we
do it.
can we maybe can start this off with. So this year I am doing 6 fantasy football leagues.
Goodness gracious.
I know this is going to be the only fantasy I play this year. I'm leaving fantasy basketball for good after the foolishness that happened last year. So I'm here, fantasy football league, 6 of them, right? So, 2 of them are 12-team leagues, including my work league,
Okay.
and then the other 4 are regular 10-team leagues. Listen to
Okay.
this. So, in every league except for our dynasty league and my work league, which I don't know the order yet, I know my draft pick. Listen to these draft picks. 10-team league. This is the league that I won last year. I have pick number 4. Caveat. This is a 2-keeper league. My keepers are CeeDee Lamb and Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Second 10-team league. I made the finals in this league last year. I have pick number 5.
Okay.
Tough, right? I was talking about it last week. I'm not quite sure what to do with that pick. I don't know what the ADP is for pick number 5, but feels like it's Jamar Chase-ish. I mean, Jamar Chase-ish.
You think Jamar Chase will fall to 5?
Maybe.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson-esque, maybe.
No, Justin Jettas will be gone.
We'll see. Listen, in our redraft league,
Yes.
I have pick number 10 in our 10-team redraft league. I'm not upset, but I'm not too happy about that pick. Listen to this. In my buddy's 12-team league, I have pick 12.
Ooh. Is it a snake draft?
Yeah.
Let me add the draft to that snake because that is a pause.
I have pick 12. I have pick 12. So I came on here to say what pick 12 in a 12-team league, pick 10 in a 10-team league, pick 5 in a 10-team league, and pick 4 in a 10-team league. I'm not sure who's going to be on the board with some of these picks, especially pick 5 and pick 12 and kind of pick 10. So
I've been doing some digging because in your league, I think I'm right dead in the middle at 5, right? Like it's 10 teams. I'm at 5. And I've been trying to develop a strategy on how to build a winning team. I think I have one. I don't want to reveal it right now, but it's tough, man. The middle, like I would rather have 10 and then I'd rather go 1-2 than the middle of every round.
why?
Because So at the last pick of the draft, you may not get, CMC, but Saquon might be there. Derrick Henry might be there. And then on the back end, I mean, it doesn't matter when you get them. Like, you're not going to get Jettas or Jamar Chase, but I bet you AJ Brown will probably be there. So, like, you're telling me I can get Derrick Henry and AJ Brown compared to me, like, I might be able to get my hands on Travis Kelce. But the back end, who's at RB1 I'm going to pick? Like, is ETN going to be there? Like, I don't know if I feel really comfortable building my team off Kelce and ETN. Like,
You would take Kelce at 10 overall?
No, I'm saying, like, for me, I'm at 5 in this league. So, like, at 5, I'm going to get a bona fide stud. I'm gonna get a baller. But in the second round, like, all the studs are gone. So who do I build? Like, you have an opportunity to get 2 building blocks. I'm gonna get a cornerstone, and then I'm gonna have to try to build off of that. So, like, I would rather have Derrick Henry, AJ Brown than a Travis Kelce, and then I'm putting my money on ETN. Oh, okay, Kelce won 3rd in his league. Goodness gracious. So
yeah, that's wild.
Like, I'm gonna get some combination of Kelce, Jefferson, Kelce, Jefferson, Chase, Christian McCaffrey, or Austin Eckler. Like, I'm gonna get one of those 5 guys. Maybe you can throw in another name if you want. But
So
what
I'm
am I
right
going
here
to do after that?
trying to find like a top 200 or top
Bleacher
150.
Report has one, but it's okay. The Athletic has a really good one.
All right. Here is okay. Here's one from ESPN. I found one real fast. Woo. Hold on. Let me make sure this is 150. It is 150. Okay. Who do you think they have number 1 overall fantasy wise?
Probably Christian McCaffrey or Austin Eckler.
Justin Jefferson.
Okay, Jetta. So I'm assuming Christian McCaffrey's 2.
Cooper Kupp's 2. Austin
So
Eckler. This is like overall.
Okay.
I think this is positionless.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, top 15.
Yeah, so in theory, I'll get 2 of those guys, but you'll get, like, I'm going to get a high end and a low end of those. You're going to get 2 middle of the pack guys. Like, I'd rather have 2 slow and steadies than 1 boom and 1 potential boom.
So let's just say you have pick number 5 then. Well, you do have pick number 5.
Depends on who's there, right? Like,
let's just do a quick mock draft to pick 5. Let's say CMC goes number 1.
Okay.
Let's say Justin Jefferson goes number 2.
Yep.
Let's say Jamar Chase goes number 3.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley goes number 4.
So it's going to be probably between Kupp and Kelce. And I'd probably take Kelce.
Yeah, that's who you're taking at number 5?
Who else is on the board?
Bijan Robinson might be there.
He's a rookie. Like, I know Kelce going to put up numbers. And I would bet that someone like Nick Chubb is going to come around on the second end.
Yeah.
Like,
how high does Derrick Henry go in your draft? In your mind,
I feel like Derrick Henry always ends up on one of your teams every year anyway, because Derrick Henry's going. Yeah, every year we've been in your league, I feel like you've had Derrick Henry in all the leagues you and I have played in. Every year, like, Derrick Henry is on one of your teams.
Probably, yeah, because I know. Listen, I know what I'm getting with Derrick Henry. Give me about 1,600 yards.
You know what Derrick Henry is going to bring. He plays in a terrible division. He plays the Texans twice. Like you have the opportunity, excuse me, like an AJ Brown, and then turn around and draft Derrick Henry. Like, I could live with that.
Where do you think the best opportunity? Like, let's just say you get a Jamar Chase at 5. Do you think with your next pick you go back and get Joe Burrow to have the stack, or do you get best available running back?
Best available running back. I feel like Burrow won't go to 4, 5, or 6. Like, I'm going to have a chance to get Burrow because someone's going to grab Mahomes early. Someone's going to grab Mahomes round 1, round 2. Someone's going to grab Jalen Hurts early. Someone's going to get Josh Allen early. And then I think Hurts and Patrick Mahomes are going to go first 3 rounds. then you're going to see Josh Allen, and then you're going to see Herbert, Burrow. I mean, someone might even take Herbert over Josh Allen, but I know someone in the league we're in, someone's going to get Patrick and Jalen between rounds 1 and 3.
Guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. Speaking of rounds 1 and 3, if you put those two numbers together, you get 13.
Oh, what a segue!
A man who used to wear number 13, James Harden. Danny, talk to us about James Harden and the Philadelphia 76ers.
So James, before we jump into that, house cleaning, Kyle said he is in a band. He learned clarinet at university and he plays the guitar. Just wanted to close that loop.
Kyle, you are a gifted creator.
Yeah, Kyle's low-key the coolest person. Like Ed going for 2. So anyway, James Harden. This past weekend, reports came out that the Sixers had taken Harden off the trade market. They're going to bring him back for training camp, and they're going to try to build a championship roster around Embiid and Harden as they did last year. Well, Mr. Harden heard that, and while in China, he came out Monday and he told a group of kids in the world that Daryl Morey is a liar and he will not play in an organization where Daryl Morey is present. And he was so serious, he said it twice. Woj said that Harden is trying to make it hot in here. He's trying to make it uncomfortable that the Sixers are forced to trade him. So as people who may never be in this position, let's take this opportunity to fantasize about what would you do if you wanted to get fired from your job, but your employer wouldn't fire you?
You remember that episode of Martin when Cole was on Martin's show, and that's how he got fired, and then that's how he eventually went on to work for Martin, and that's how that imploded. But you know how that's how he got fired?
Yes.
That's some shit I'd do. I'd be it, man, because this is a social media age.
Yes.
So if I want to get fired and they are really not firing me, I'm hitting all the clubs, all the adult clubs. I'm hitting all the Ursher shows, sitting right there, hoping somebody catch me.
James, I'm gonna make this real easy for you, buddy. What would Kyrie do?
Okay. Hey, yo,
you serious about getting
here at Going for Two? Do not promote any type of racial discrimination.
Never. But if you really want to get out, Kyrie gave the playbook. You have to be real ignorant.
Okay,
real
ignorant.
ignorant.
Kyrie really didn't do anything.
I'm not talking about anything like rooted in anti-Semitism. I'm talking about you're gonna have to start saying some real goofy, kooky stuff to get people to get you out of here. You got to get real ignorant.
Listen, you're referencing Kyrie Irving when Enes Kanter is right there.
Dog, did you see what he tweeted today?
Oh yeah, Enes Kanter. Listen,
Enes freedom.
You don't need the world to tell you to put that wig on, my brother. Go ahead. I want to call you Ernesta. You look like one. Ernesta.
Dog.
What are we doing?
Brandon Stewart would drop 30 on him before half. Asia
and Dwight Howard, I know. I saw the messages. You don't say you is not gay.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying Dwight Howard trying to set up the threesome with 3 men or 3 dudes. I mean, or 3 women. And then trying to say, but he's not gay, though. He just freaky.
And so I don't know anything about that.
Listen, if I could find the messages, I would. They was on Twitter not too long ago. I read them and I said, yo, Dwight, you was a freaky boy. He trying to get his stuff off.
That's what he said. That's what he
said.
He said he freaky.
Back to Harden. Listen, you got to. First off, Danny, I want to know. I got to ask you this. Where do you think the relationship between Daryl Morey and James Harden really went wrong? Because you think about it, they've been successful together.
I think, and Harden can never say this out loud because it's against the rules, like it's against the union and the Sixers, and they can get in big trouble. But I think last year, Morey said, hey, take this pay cut so we can bring in PJ Tucker. Next year, I'll take care of you. And now we're at the point where it's time for Morey to keep his end of the bargain because no one's asked Harden, what did Morey lie about? And if someone does ask him what Morey lied about, I promise Harden's going to say, he knows what I'm talking about because he can't say that out loud. You can't make agreements like that. That's against all of the rules. And you're talking about significant punishment for both parties. I think Maury promised him a max this summer. Now it's time to pay up. And Maury's like, nah, I saw what you did in the playoffs. I'm good.
But this is my thing, though. They didn't want to pay Tyrese Maxey because I thought they were still trying to build around their championship team. So wouldn't they then just take that money that they're not getting for? They really haven't signed anyone, so why wouldn't they just give that money to James?
How old is James? 34, 33? You're trying to give a 33-year-old a 4-year, $250 million contract? Because I'm not.
He can still play at a high level in this league, though.
Not when I need it.
Says who?
I mean, give me
what happened to your big man, though? Where's your big? What about your fucking big man?
He not dodging bullets either because he out here taking Philadelphia out of his Twitter profile. He one step away from demanding a trade. And Joel, if you do demand a trade, you know what to do.
So is Daryl Morey a liar? Yes or no?
I think in this instance, I would say that Daryl Morey did not keep his end of the bargain when James Harden took that $13 million pay cut last year. And he'll be 34 in 2 weeks. So you're trying to give 34-year-old James Harden a contract that'll keep him on your team till he's 38.
Yeah.
At the usage that James Harden, the mileage that he has on his body.
Better James Harden get some of that usage than you put it all on Joel Embiid. Now he only out there for 40-something games. He can't win MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
listen,
you painted yourself in the
you
corner.
Can't have your cake and eat it too. You have
Never
the best
got that
player.
saying.
You got the best player in the league by some people's standards. One of the best players in the league. You have one of the best all-time scorers and assist men in the league. Triple-double machine. You pissed these people off. You got to fix it. Pay that man. You really gonna put it all in the hands of Tyrese Maxey? Okay, do that. Show me where you get with that. James Harden has proven he is an A1 player in this league. Has he had some postseason shortcomings? Yes, he has.
Some.
So
I said some, not so.
Yeah, I'm saying so.
Can we talk about? I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Why do people say you can't have your cake and eat it too?
Because damn it, if the Bears are who we thought they were. So if you want to crown them, then crown them. But the Bears are who we thought they were. And you can't have your cake and eat it too.
We're going to talk about the Bears later.
Listen, if we knew what we knew then, would we do what we do now?
Oh, see, that's what James got to start saying. James, that's how you got to start talking if you want out of Philadelphia.
That's what you got to start doing. You got to start
get your little Pan-African hat, join the Black Israelites, and protest outside of that arena. You'll be gone.
He got to come with the. Really, the game of basketball is all the white man's fixation on putting things through hoops. Do you see my plot, my brethrens? That's what he got to start doing.
That's what he got to start. He got to start saying that in front of ownership. He got to start acting up in front of company.
He got to call a few people whitey.
Yeah, he gonna have to Bernie Mac off the train in that movie with Chris Rock. Like he gonna just have to start walk around with a white chair.
Listen, do enough of the other. I'm not gonna say the other side. Do enough of our Caucasian people out here and really recognize what the steel chair might mean.
I'm sure they do.
But like, what if you clueless and you walk up to someone? Hey, why are you carrying that steel chair?
Did you watch Raw last night? New Day.
Yeah, I saw the New Day. Goofy asses. Good to see the New Day back though. And do you ever think we're going to see Big E again?
I don't think he'll ever wrestle again.
Really?
I think it's been 2 years since old boy broke his neck. I think we're getting on 2 years.
2 or 3. Maybe we can take a page out of Edge and Daniel Bryan's book.
I hope so. Streets need Big E. So Kyle,
can Harden be a combo of Kyrie and AB?
Oof. You talking that I forgot about? Yeah, Harden. What would AB do?
What would AB do? AB said no more white women 2020, and then said he lied.
You know what AB would do? AB would take his shirt off the first game of the season, and just walk out. James, that's how you
You
gonna
know,
have to
that
act.
is still. Can we talk about that for a second? My
Hilarious.
man just took his shit off and was like, "I'm done." We
And,
covered it too.
and then pumped up the crowd and threw up a peace sign and just left. Hilarious.
Yo, that is. I mean, can we think of? Have you seen any other legendary ways of people getting fired, just like across the board, not even just in sports?
Nope. That's it. That's
Craig
number
got fired
one.
on his day off.
That's the same Craig that got a triple double in the basketball game. So I'm calling Cappuccino.
Let's see. How else? What other movie characters got fired randomly?
In next Friday, Pinky fired Day Day and Roach. Someone always getting fired in Friday.
Squidward once got fired for stealing Mr. Krabs' first dime, apparently.
Good. Mr. Crab should have beat his ass.
But Squidward didn't steal it. Mr. Krabs misplaced it. It was this big ass stone circle, like a 45-pound weight bell or dumbbell. You know what I'm saying? One of them little plates. Yeah. That's what his first dime was. Had Squidward in the house living with SpongeBob. That's when SpongeBob said, "Yo, I know two things in this house that won't work."
I haven't watched SpongeBob in years. I do like when games are on Nickelodeon and they have like Patrick commentating. That's funny. There will be a playoff game this year on Nickelodeon.
Oh, so you gonna be in there with the slime zone?
No, but I'll flip back and forth. Like I'll have the actual broadcast on my TV, and I'll watch like the Nickelodeon broadcast on my iPad.
Yeah, no, we got to. You're a sicko. We got to watch you. This guy's watching. This guy's zoned in on the slime zone. Yeah, police, help! Listen, just bring me to Wendy's. I'll tell you his exact location. Don't leave the Frosty at home either. We got him. Kyle says, Harden cryo freeze an arm or something. You know what he should do? He should hop in like an ice machine to harness his powers from like October to mid-March. Maybe, mid-March. And then take that into the playoffs.
It's not going to do. Giannis is back. They ain't going to do much good.
They're not in the same conference though. Oh, yes, they are. They're in the East.
Yes, they are. Say Miami's still there. It ain't going to do no good. I feel like that is gone.
Brother Dame's still sitting in Portland just waiting on that phone call, huh?
Dame need to follow James' lead. Dame too scared to be uncomfortable. James said, I ain't got no shame, baby. I'm in China, the same China that hates Daryl Morey, because Daryl Morey tweeted free Hong Kong. Yeah, James next level villain.
We need more TO types. Where are my people out here who are who are in their front driveway doing ab workouts, letting everyone know that that's my quarterback? We need more of y'all like that in the media. Too many of y'all nowadays, y'all be inside or y'all be playing the game or y'all be streaming. Or there's a good number of y'all who be out here with the fine women. But I'm not talking to y'all.
I said, that sounds great to me. Better than being in my driveway doing sit-ups.
That's what T.O. was doing. You don't remember that?
I was an Eagles fan. Yeah, I remember T.O.'s workout.
Why are you acting like you don't appreciate T.O. back in his day?
I do. T.O. almost won us on one leg.
Appreciate greatness.
I do. I'm not hating on T.O. But since we're already talking about football, let's talk about NFL preseason week 1. Do you have any thoughts, any battles you're watching, anything interesting in your head?
Well, I will say I'm going to start off as in my Packers homer space. Listen, I was watching the Packers versus the Bengals, and I'm really hopeful. And this makes me really glad that I made this trade during the offseason. This Jordan Love to Romeo Dubs connection might be something. Yeah. And I'm really, really glad that I was able to get Romeo Dubs at the price that I was able to. I think it was a second round pick or something like that.
It was very cheap.
Yeah. So if he turns out to be the receiver that I think he can be, or that he was last year when he was healthy, Man, I might have gotten a steal right there. My team, listen, I keep looking at that dynasty team a lot. I think my team has the low key ability to really shock some people last year. Some people were shocked that I was one of the better seeds last year before. I mean, once Lamar got hurt, it really obviously did some harm to me. But I think I have another chance to come right back at it with another really good team.
I believe in you until you play me. Either it's gonna be a great year, or I'm gonna be out by week 6. We're a boomer
All right.
bust
Well,
over
I
here.
mean, so I guess I know where you'll be in week 6.
All right, don't be anything else you're watching preseason.
Um, a lot of the young rookie quarterbacks. I know those aren't well. In some cases, they're not considered really positional battles, right?
Right.
But the Colts just named Anthony Richardson their QB1, which means they were trying to be under the facade that it was between Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson. We knew the truth.
We knew the truth. I've seen the videos coming out of Colts camp. It's Jova.
You think Anthony Richardson's gonna be like that though?
I think he's gonna have it's gonna be a lot of growing pains.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of, but he's a rookie.
How about did you hear Malik Willis is now the favorite to win the backup QB job ahead of our guy Will Levis?
That's good for Malik. He's had a year in the offense, one more year. So then Will, I'm happy to hear that.
And then another young one, our guy CJ Stroud had a little bit of shakiness. But I mean Texans still won, but listen, I just need CJ Stroud, Justin Fields to really beat the mold for what Ohio State QBs have been portrayed. I want to see them do great.
I hope so.
What is this?
I feel like that's what.
Oh, just that it was a noise in the background.
Oh, Eagles wise, don't really have anything. Jalen Carter, hello, sir. Welcome. Jalen played 2 snaps, 1 snap, almost took Josh Johnson out the game. We good over here. I will say I'm a little concerned about Marcus Mariota. Like I've heard that he's really not a good throw of the ball. Intermediate and long, like his accuracy is off. Yeah, man. If he ever has to play, it's gonna just run the Wildcat because I wouldn't trust that boy to throw anything.
It's so funny. I'm glad that you mentioned Marcus Mariota because I've been over the last week, I really locked in on quarterback and just ran through it another solid time. Oh man, how about the theme I got from that show was the great, the good, and the ugly. The great obviously was Patty Mahomes. Kirk Cousins was good, who I became a fan of. I left that show like a fan of Kirk Cousins. I like his mindset.
I love how Kirk Cousins says, "Was it like blessings to you or blessings with you or something like that?" Hilarious. I thought that was so funny.
Yo, Kirk Cousins is the epitome of just a regular white dude who just so happens to be really good at football and just lives his life.
He loves his wife. He loved Jesus, and he loved football.
Yeah, and his kids.
Yeah, and his kids, his family, Jesus, and football. Like that's his life. For me, the funny thing about that show was, like, Patrick is so great. It'd be like week 8 for the Chiefs, and it'd be like week 3 in Atlanta. Like it was just like Patrick is so great.
It was like because then when I watched the show, it made me think back like, man, who all beat the Chiefs? And I thought about it, they were 14-2 or something like that.
Yeah, it was just the Bills.
Maybe 14-3.
Was it the Bills and the Bengals that beat them?
Something like that. Well, no, it's 17 games, 18 games now.
18 games now.
But they only play 17, so they're 14-3. The Colts, the Bills, the Bengals. That's who beat them.
That's who beat them. Kyle, yeah. I watched quarterback with my wife too, and it was her idea, and she enjoyed it.
Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Patrick Mahomes' wife really annoyed us, but
really, I felt the opposite. I really liked her. She seemed like pretty cool.
She mad annoying. She look annoying. She sound annoying. Do you see the clip going around on Twitter? They did a GQ thing, and the question she asked, the question I was asked to her is, what's Patrick's, like, he's like, oh, what's his favorite cheat meal? And she's like, fried chicken.
What's wrong with that?
It's the way she said it, man.
See,
Have you seen it?
yes.
You know why.
Listen, we as people of color have to stop making everything racy. That's not racy. The boy like his fried chicken.
First of all, she was wrong. Second, it's the way she said it. You know it. All right, man.
Maybe she like her fried chicken.
She said fried chicken.
Nah, see,
then she said,
you putting sauce on it.
She put sauce on it. That's how she said it.
You putting hot sauce on it, my brother. You putting hot sauce on it.
That's how she said it.
Fuck everything.
That's how she said it. And then she said chicken fried steak, and he says, no, Mexican food.
Okay. Well, now that you say it like that, I might be with you. Maybe there was something racy going on, because how the hell do you get Mexican food from chicken fried steak and fried chicken? Oh,
fried chicken.
Oh man. Oh brother. No, that's
how
ridiculous.
she said it. She just seemed, and I loved how Patrick's brother wasn't in it at all.
Thank you. I was very
good. You could tell he was in it, and then that stuff popped off, and they were like,
"Oh, it was like, nah, we get you up out of here, brother.
Get you out of here."
Didn't even hear his voice, not a once.
Nothing.
Not a
as it should have been.
Listen, I will say, I think by the third or fourth episode, whichever episode was where Marcus got benched, I was like, damn, it sucked, but yeah, I see why they did it, brother. Yeah.
And
I completely forgot at the end when he got signed to Philly. I thought about it. I said, why the fuck would they sign him?
Hey, man, that's a great question. I'll say this, right? I didn't watch the Super Bowl episode. I couldn't relive it, so I stopped there. My wife watched it, so I didn't watch. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't relive it. I know she was like, they really don't focus on the game that much. I don't care.
You lost, and y'all have the lead. So let me get this straight. You can go back and watch Trevor Lawrence blow that lead, but shorten the lead some and make it for the Lombardi Trophy, and now all of a sudden you can't watch it.
Do you go back and watch the NFC title games that Aaron Rodgers lost?
Sometimes when I really need to inspire myself, or when I really need to make a point about something.
Crap, cappuccino.
Why?
That's cap.
Sometimes I like to relive how exactly the boneheaded ways that we lost. Whether it's a blocked punt, whether it's a somebody unable to recover an onside kick, whether it's Raheem Mostert 4 touchdowns, 200 yards, whether it's Scotty Miller and the touchdown before half. I've seen it all, my brother. I'm not afraid to go back and rewatch some stuff and just be able to compartmentalize.
Cal, do you rewatch Packers NFC title games that they lost? Because D is a sicko. I think he's lying.
Why? Sometimes you like to. I just like this. I watch football, brother.
2 more things. Kyle said, I don't rewatch the 2014 NFC Championship game. He replays it in his mind. Oh, be free of that. That was 9 years ago. 2 more things. Kellen Mond, welcome. Go back to the USFL. I think we're done here. We're good.
I think so.
Yeah, be blessed. And then, Bam, I'm glad you're here because your corny ass coach put in Snoop in the second half to extend that streak. Your Pro Bowl backup quarterback playing with third stringers to make sure you get the lead and keep that winning streak alive. What a cornball.
Why are you hating?
A+ corny.
Why are you hating?
You put your second string quarterback in the fourth quarter of a preseason game?
Yo, the Ravens have a winning streak in the preseason. Why are you hating?
Corny. He's going up against Ian Book. Do you know who Ian Book is?
Former quarterback of Notre Dame.
He's the Eagles' 4th string quarterback. And John's like, "Ayo, Snoop, get in there."
Yeah, but we're not gonna let the Eagles start gaining momentum and make them think
corny. That's the corniest shit I've ever seen.
Why you act like they did it for you? They gonna make sure they keep their winning streak alive if possible.
Corny.
If the Eagles are in the same position, they do it.
So if he does this and Snoop gets hurt, and now your backup quarterback is Josh Johnson.
Say that. Run that by me again.
So if you do that again next week, and you put in Snoop as your quarterback, and he gets hurt, Your backup is Josh Johnson, and we saw what the Eagles did to him in the NFC Championship game.
Hey, protect
You
yourself at all
trying
times.
corny. You ready for the AFC South?
Talk to me.
All right. So for the people at home who aren't new to this, every week D and I will go division by division. We'll talk about. We'll go through records. The seed in the conference as well as the seed in the division where they'll finish. Storylines, division winners, storylines, MVPs, things of that nature. So tonight we're going to. I feel like this is going to be rather quick. Try to make it as interesting as possible. We're going to be in the AFC South. D, let's start at the very beginning. Give me each team's records, where they'll finish in the division and where they'll finish in the conference.
Listen here, people. I'm here to tell y'all and keep it straight. What I'm about to say about the AFC South, I don't know if I really want to debate it. These are my thoughts. If you got a problem with it, it's up and it's stuck, and we're gonna leave it there. Chump
right.
change. Kidding.
Shout out
Not
Cardi
kidding.
B.
But I will say, I think this is really about to be some hot takes in here.
Okay.
So the AFC South that consists of Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Houston, and Tennessee. In fourth place, finishing 15th overall in the AFC with a divisional record of 2-4 and an overall record of 6-11. I have the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Finishing 14th in the AFC with a divisional record of 2-4 and an overall record of 6-11. I have the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Finishing 6th in the AFC. Yes, they are going to the playoffs with a division record of 2-4 and an overall record of 10-7. I have the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
Finishing first in the AFC
Talk to me.
with an undefeated divisional record of 6-0 and an overall record of 11-6. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
I love it. Turn that up. Turn that up.
Yes, people. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying the Jags will be the number 1 seed in the in the AFC. I do have the Chiefs being the number 2 seed at 4-2 in their division, but having the same overall record as the Jaguars at 11-6. I just have the Jags being undefeated in their division.
No, turn that up. Turn Doug Peterson up.
You think so?
Listen, Doug Peterson year 2, man. He won the Super Bowl year 2. Turn that up. So for me, 15 seed in the AFC, 5-12, 2-4 in the division. I have the Houston Texans. At 6-11, the 14th seed, also 2-4 in the division. I have the Colts. 9-8, 3-3 in the division. The 12th seed, I have the Titans. Then at 12-5, 5-1, and the 3 seed in the AFC, I have the Jags.
You have the Jags only as the 3 seed?
Yeah.
Really? So Kyle asked in the comments, so he asked me a question actually. He says, so D, you're saying the Colts will only lose 3 games outside of the division? Yes. I think teams are going to have a hard time figuring out what to do with the trio of Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, and Michael Pittman. I think they're going to be a really deadly trio. And I think once Anthony Richardson really comes into his own with his running ability and his athleticism and using that to really either play off the play action with JT, who I think is going to go for over 1,500 this season. I think Michael Pittman is going to be around a 1,300-yard receiver, maybe about 5-6 touchdowns. Hey, I see this. I think this is going to be a really good running team that just throws it over right behind you with the play action pass. I don't know. I see them looking like Cam Newton's rookie year Panthers, only winning a few more games because they're in the AFC South.
I don't have any issue with what you're saying. It's really hard for a rookie quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback as raw as Anthony Richardson, to come in off jump and lead their team to the playoffs. So that's why I have them 6-11. Like I think there'll be flashes, there'll be games, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Why not come in and be great?
I mean, that's
Someone
hard.
has to.
How many rookie? How many? That's a great question. How many rookie? Cal? How many rookies have led their teams to the playoffs? So, what are your biggest storylines? We both have the Jags winning the division.
Biggest storyline for me. This will be the retirement of Ryan Tannehill. I think this season,
Okay.
the Titans are going to embrace that they're not good, and they're going to really put the competition in Will Levis and Malik Willis's hand to see who's going to take that step forward. But I see a quarterback change probably like week 8, week 7, week 8.
Anything else?
I think my other one would be that the AFC South puts 2 teams in the playoffs.
That's a big one.
And I feel like we're also going to see on the back half of this year, CJ Stroud really start to take his next step into his evolution. I could see CJ Stroud being like a year and a half behind where Trevor Lawrence currently is.
Okay.
What about you?
For me, the biggest story is year 2 Doug Peterson with Trevor Lawrence again. Year 2 is when Carson Wentz made the jump and had an MVP year. They won the Super Bowl. Want to see what that looks like for Trevor. And then for me, does Derrick Henry still have it? It seems like every year Derrick Henry just comes back better than ever. When does Derrick Henry hit the? I think he is 30 this year. He's 31. Let's see, how old is Derrick Henry? Yeah, he's 29 right now. So he turns 30 in January. So this is usually the point when a running back falls off a cliff. Like, is this the year that Derrick Henry falls off a cliff, or do he just keep chugging along?
But this is King Henry, and he's still a problem whenever he has the ball.
I think he is too. I don't think he is, but this is around the time you start to see people fall off.
And if you don't know, now you know, Henry.
And then 14 rookie QBs have led their teams to the playoffs.
Who's the most recent? Lamar Jackson?
They're saying Brock Purdy. I do not count Brock Purdy because he did not. Like, I'm talking about who played the entire season or majority of the games and led their team to the playoffs. And that was just a quick search.
Kyle Shanahan, I see what you're doing. By the way, pumping up your QB's head. The league will have him out of here by week 7.
Correct. Mac Jones did do it. Thank you, Kyle. And Lamar.
And for all y'all who hating on Mac Jones, he's a quality quarterback, and I keep telling y'all.
Yep, I'm keep on hating. Who's your breakout player?
A.R. Richardson.
Anthony
Richardson's going to break. I think he is going to break through this season in a way that I think it'll be similar to Lamar Jackson's production or Cam Newton's production his rookie year. Not on the same quite level, but I think he's going to be really, really good.
Okay. For me, it is Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks before
wide receiver from Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I think he started to show some signs last year. Then he got hurt. Really couldn't get healthy. For me, I like Treylon Burks a lot. Who's your division MVP?
Oh man, this one's hard. Since I have the Jags being the number 1 overall seed, hard for me to say anyone other than Trevor Lawrence, right?
I am with you. For me, it's Calvin Ridley.
Really?
Yes.
You think Calvin really comes back after a year off and has that type of year?
I do.
Even after seeing the whole Deshaun Watson sitting out.
Well, Deshaun is a quarterback. Quarterback is a totally different animal. You got to know a lot more at quarterback than you do at receiver.
How do you feel about, I know this is not AFC South, but it's in the AFC. How do you feel about Deshaun and where the Browns can go potentially?
So apparently the Browns and the Eagles are having joint practices yesterday and today.
I saw that.
Yeah, apparently the Eagles beat their ass today. So I'm all right. Reed Blankenship has picked that man off 3 times in 2 days. Have fun, Cleveland. At least you got Myles Garrett. At least you got Myles Garrett and Zaire Smith.
Yo, You be talking. The NFC's not going to be so sweet like like
I
Eagles
don't
and
think it's going
everything.
to be sweet either. I think the
Like Eagles
Eagles
fans is really talking like y'all really out here, and it's a year by year basis, and nobody's afraid of y'all no more.
and our schedule's harder. The more I thought about it, like I could definitely see Dallas winning the division by one or because we have to play the Chiefs. They don't. I mean, we're talking about a game, a half game. Like it's not going
Remember
to
when
be a
I said
blowout.
this? I did say
Well,
this,
I looked at the Cowboys schedule and to try to see like the replacements. Like they don't have to play the Chiefs, and that might be the difference. But
and
the
maybe
Cowboys always have a
they're also
stupid game.
they're also probably the best team in that division, though.
I doubt it. I don't think that, but there's a big bias over here.
Yeah, I guess
I don't think the Cowboys
you got to
have
take your
the
you got to take your Eagles hat off.
the Cowboys don't have the depth that the Eagles do.
You know what? No, you don't have to take your Eagles hat off because if I'm being honest with you, everyone keeps hyping up the Lions and what they're supposed to be, and I just don't see them being the playoff team that everyone thinks that they are. Their defense was already bad. That's why they were losing a lot of those games.
I mean, but they got
So
CJ GJ and then they got some other pieces.
okay, so their defense was already bad, and like I just don't know if they're gonna just flip it around so quickly as everyone thinks.
I think
And
people feel this way because the NFC is so weak. Like the NFC is so weak. It's like, okay, you got the Eagles, you got Dallas, and some people want to throw San Fran in there. Who else?
but like
Seattle,
I think what people are also forgetting there's going to be a few teams that regressed last year that are going to progress, i.e., the
the
New Orleans
Lions.
Saints.
Don't believe in the Saints.
Hmm.
Don't believe in the Saints.
Right, like just because they scored a lot of points because most of their points came in games they had to come from behind to try to even have a chance in. They were the Detroit version of the Minnesota Vikings. Only the
Yeah.
Vikings were winning those games and the Lions were losing those games.
But if the playoffs are 8 teams, you got four, right? You got like Philly, Dallas, San Fran, Seattle. Right now, who knows? What it looks like a month from now. But in most people's minds, that's it. You got four other spots. Who gonna take them spots? Who has the best chance to take those spots? The Lions, maybe Green Bay. It ain't nobody from the NFC South. It ain't
I
nobody from the
disagree.
NFC West.
Derek Carr to that team makes them at
No, I'm
least.
saying like you're gonna like the NFC South. The South is not going to put in two teams. Like it's whoever wins the NFC South. That's the only from the NFC South.
Who's, who says Bryce Young and the Panthers aren't better than we expect?
I say that.
You're a hater.
I'm
Who
not a
says
hater.
who
I
says the
just
Rams don't come back to their playoff form and the Seahawks don't look like they're back to what they were doing last year?
okay. So
Think
you
about it.
flip flop. I'm just saying like where
Who
these
says the
teams.
Vikings and the Packers both don't get in?
Okay,
Who
so
says the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles all don't get in?
Giant. Let me tell you something. I said it last week. The Giants will be a better team than last year, but they will have a worse record.
The Texans make the playoffs this year. If the Texans make the playoffs, but the Browns don't? What are we saying?
Oh, we getting these jokes off. That's gonna be the whole show. Nasty Man wasn't out. Nasty Man didn't make it to playoffs before CJ Stroud did. Last time Nasty Man made the playoffs, CJ Stroud was a freshman. Oh, we getting these jokes off.
Uh oh. Uh oh. When was that? That was 2021?
No, Nasty Man made the playoffs. Remember he
2020?
was it? No, I want to say it was way because I remember it was the season that I think he cracked his ribs and he couldn't fly. So he had to drive. Let's see. Hold on.
Damn. When was that? Yeah. Bam says we're talking about that now. Bam must be a Lions believer. Good luck to you and God bless, brother.
Yes. 2020. You are correct.
Yeah, so 2020.
Yes. 2020, he lost in the divisional round to Kansas City. Yes.
And a lot of y'all, this is what I don't like about some of you so-called fucking analysts. A lot of y'all put a lot of stock in the players that are on the team, but what you don't take or don't put a lot of stock into is the ineptitude of coaches and front offices to be able to win in these certain situations that y'all feel so confident that these athletes will win it. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Like
I
y'all
just
don't. Where does dumbass coaching fall into y'all's game plan when y'all talk about VORPs, DORPs, fantasy, PPR, half point? Where does terrible coaching factor into all that?
that's what
Lions,
makes it
y'all
fun.
seen what they do in prime time. Y'all seen what some of these other teams do in prime time. Lions, Chargers esque teams. Y'all see what they do in prime time, yet y'all think things are just magically suddenly going to change.
Oh, you was out here blowing the Justin Herbert horn a couple weeks ago. Not I.
But now I'm saying defense. I'm when it
Oh,
comes
you're
to the
talking about
Chargers,
defenses. Okay.
when I talk about now, I mean I'm talking about we're talking about teams overall, but when it came to the Chargers, I was specifically talking about their defense.
Okay. You want to play big deal or no deal?
Big deal or no deal.
Dang, chat blowing up. Damn.
Listen, Achilles says he definitely factors coaching and aptitude in when during rookie drafts. It's why he avoided Fields, and look how that played out. Talent over situation. Bam said he likes taking kneecaps, but he
Whoa.
said he's talking about MCDC is the new nitty gritty. Is about the nitty gritty.
Who is MCDC? What is that?
He says he live in Michigan. He said he's from
Yeah, I know.
Detroit.
I know he lives in. Yeah, he lives near Detroit. You know, I went to go visit Bam 5, 6 years ago. We went to the city of Detroit. Interesting.
They had some nice women out there.
It was okay. It was summertime. We went to a casino. We went by Ford Field. Like it was like where the Tigers play, Ford Field, and then it was like Eminem's Detroit, like the straight hood. Not even a block away.
Wait, why gotta be Eminem's Detroit? See, yeah,
You okay? You can, got him. Whatever.
we got him. Eminem's hood, huh? Yeah, yeah, like Bam said, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Oh my God, that's what that stands for. Oh man, they're winning 7 games. You got your coach calling himself MCDC. You were done.
Motor City Dan Campbell. Yeah, they might not win 4 games this year. Big deal or no deal? Talk
Let's
to
do
me.
it. So, first of all, rest in peace to Alex Collins. And how do you pronounce that other name?
Believe it was Rodion Amirov.
Thank you.
He's found out. I think he had a brain tumor. He passed away.
That sucks.
And then obviously we know about what happened to Alex Collins, who got in a motorcycle accident, I believe.
He did, and everyone thought it was what running back from the Patriots that people think it was Sony Michel, and Sony Michel was like, nope, wasn't me. Bam said that's what the fans call him. So let's go. Let's talk a little. Let's stay in the football room. Then we'll jump to basketball. Zeke to the Patriots. Dalvin Cook to the Jets. Any thoughts?
Jets fans, come to the front.
Have a seat.
This is an intervention. Whatever you think y'all are about to do this year, it ain't happening, Captain.
I have enjoyed watching Hard Knocks, though.
I don't know what y'all think Dalvin Cook is about to do, but he is not about to do that. My next question would be from the Jets organization, why bring in Dalvin Cook why draft Breece Hall if you were just going to bring in Dalvin Cook? What are we doing? What are y'all doing with all these running backs? What's going on? It's some bullshit. And I don't know. Dalvin Cook to the Jets doesn't make me believers that they're contenders by any stretch of the imagination.
Here's what I'll say about the Jets and Dalvin Cook. I appreciate that organization doing everything they can to maximize Aaron Rodgers' window, right? Like they're doing everything, every weapon they can find. I don't think it's enough, but if you're Aaron Rodgers or if you're the Jets front office, you can say no stone was left unturned, and that's all you can ask for as a fan. You just live in an era where Patrick Mahomes is here, and Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen.
But see, when you say that, though, I'm hearing like quarterbacks, cornerstone franchise players. What I'm not understanding is you draft a running back last year who is very close to being healthy, probably. And you bring in a guy who is maybe almost 10 years in the league now.
Who?
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I mean, but last time he was on the field, he was over 1,400 total yards. Like he's still we're not asking Dalvin Cook to be an every down back, but you have a backfield of Breece, Michael, Dalvin, If someone gets hurt, you don't skip a beat. If all three stay healthy, you just have a great running back by committee.
Okay, when are we going to acknowledge that the quarterback by committee doesn't work?
The running back by committee?
I mean, yeah, the running back by committee doesn't really work.
I think it does.
Kyle has a question to me. He says, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, what makes them playoff contenders? Isn't he the greatest QB of all time? Yes, he is, Kyle. And by sheer will, he should be able to lead them, hopefully, to the playoffs.
And that's all you can ask for.
I'm just not a firm believer with their current roster, but maybe I'm a hater.
Have you been watching Hard Knocks?
No.
It was only one episode. It was pretty cool.
Fuck that Hard Knocks.
Okay.
Fuck
Yesterday,
my
big
QB.
story.
Talk to
It's
me.
okay. You got Jordan Love, though. You're fine.
You're right.
Yesterday, the biggest story was outside of James was Michael Orr said those people took advantage of him. He thought they adopted him, and he found out no. They did not adopt you. They just essentially had you sign your rights over to them so they could make money off of you. How sad is this story?
Listen, when I heard this, the first thing I thought of was that video, that reaction video where the person was like, "Those white men are dangerous." That's what I thought about when I heard this, because that's what's going on here. They're dangerous. You've got to see the vision clearly. Michael Orr. Listen, have you seen The Blind Side?
I have.
So you saw how they depicted him.
Like he was stupid.
Like he was
just some stupid black kid that they saw.
Like
on the street
they portrayed him as if he was going to school and wearing a helmet.
Yes.
And his classroom was and his classroom had carpets and sticky floors on them.
They portrayed him like they did Cuba Gooding Jr. in Radio.
Nah, they didn't have him in the closet though.
Yo, it was a step up from that.
Yo, no, they had my man in the shed closet. Yo, Cuba, you played that a little bit too well too, by the way.
That was a great movie. Banger.
You tear up when
I haven't watched Radio in years, but I remember when I used to watch. I was like, man, that's a good movie.
Radio make you want to beat up like a bully, like you saw one?
No, Remember the Titans does.
Radio made me want to box a bully a little bit. Like, damn, that's how they doing to my peoples out here.
Yes. Is that the sound you make?
Sometimes you got to.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to. Achilles said that's fucked up. They had him sign a conservatorship contract, not adoption papers, and he already had buzz before they adopted him. Would have been scouted regardless. He was just in a Josh Jacobs situation where he was homeless and his grades suffer because of it. They need to make a move about the move. They need to make a movie about the move called The Real Blindside, which depicts how Michael Orr was blindsided. They pretended he didn't know what a mattress was.
I remember.
Wow,
that.
So they just called him a big black goof, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Listen, man, it's sad. Like I know.
And Dwight Howard, 3 men in a threesome is gay, by the way. That's not gay. Like you can say what you want, Dwight Howard, but that's gay. 3 men.
We're talking about Michael Orr.
I know, but
you just had to.
I just brought that
last football conversation of the night. AP Top 25 came out. I have one big thought. Do you have any?
My big thought is why are we gassing up Georgia like this at number 1? I don't really. And Florida State and LSU, one of y'all is fraudulent, and we're gonna find out.
We gonna find out. That was my other big one. Everything you said, Oregon State. I'm a little confused, but for me, the last time we saw Tulane, they were in these streets beating USC in the Cotton Bowl, and all y'all could give them was 24.
What's wrong with that?
No. Nope.
What's wrong with that?
Nope. Let me tell you, if I go out and beat the Heisman winner as a school that's not in A Power 5, the floor is 15. Even if it's for a week, even if it's for 1 week, let me get my shine. 24?
Yeah, dog. 24.
Nah, man. Tulane deserve
Try
more respect
harder,
than
or
that.
whatever Kim K said.
No, they deserve more respect than that. They beat USC, the team that people are betting on to win a national championship with their Heisman winning Patrick
Ooh.
Mahomes clone quarterback. I mean, USC is a heavy favorite to win
I've
it
never
all.
heard like who I've never heard Caleb Williams described in such manner.
I've heard they're ranked 6 right now, and I've heard people call him mini Patrick Mahomes. Nick Wright has said it, and a few others have said it.
It's funny because when Nick Saban and Alabama win the Natty next year, we're going to be laughing at those
Yes,
comments when people said that Georgia ran college football. Like y'all didn't know about
that is
Alabama.
correct. Nick Saban on a revenge tour. Sign me up.
I'm right there with him. Nick, roll tide.
That was very close to fried chicken.
Listen, yo, what's going on here? Are
That
you
was very
trying to
close. That was
you
very
trying to
close.
call me like a you trying to call me like an Uncle Ruckus or something?
Never. I would never say that, but that was very close to Patrick Mahomes' wife saying fried chicken.
Roll
Fried
tide.
chicken. See, same
Nah,
thing.
she ain't say fried chicken like
She
that.
said fried chicken. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
What if she really? What if she wanted some fried chicken?
Then she should have said, "I want fried chicken," not "Hey,
She
what's
you
Pat's
misspoke.
favorite cheat meal?" Oh, she misspoke.
You hate you hate.
Hall of Fame ceremony was Saturday. Dirk was inducted. Were there any reactions that you had? Anything you want to add to it?
Continue to give Allen Iverson his credit and just due for being one of the leaders and pillars of the new generation of
Yes.
Hall of Famers. Congratulations to all the players who made the Hall of Fame. You guys are very well deserved. Beautiful speeches. Beautiful
Yes.
ceremony for you all.
I'll say the Mavericks fan in me wanted to hate Dwayne Wade's speech, but it's impossible to hate. His speech was beautiful. Loved Dirk's speech. Becky Hammond said some wild things in the beginning. You could tell she was nervous, and then she calmed down. She was like, "Yeah, my parents wanted to be here, but they couldn't. They're in Africa right now, probably killing animals." And I was like, "Excuse me, Becky?"
Hey, they in there. Hey, so what if we find out they killing some poisonous shit?
They not. They gonna be taking a picture with an elephant. She
Nah,
said that. I was like, "Hey, yo, Becky, man, we're not acknowledging that." Bam, you wilding right now. Can we delete comments? How do we delete this stuff? No, we can put them in. Put user in timeout. Yeah, we about to throw you in timeout. Um, I'm flabbergasted. Oh, last thing before we start to wrap this thing up. Damn it, Bam. Boosie don't need to know. The WNBA Commissioner's Cup starts in 15 minutes, 9 o'clock Eastern. For those of you who don't know, the WNBA implemented an in-season tournament like the NBA is trying to do. They implemented theirs 3 years ago. The finale is tonight. It is Vegas versus New York in Vegas, 9 o'clock, Prime Video. If you have nothing to do, I would encourage you to watch. It is going to be a great game. The winning team splits a pool of, I believe it's $500,000. And then like there's money being donated to a charity of the choice. The game MVP gets like an extra $5,000. But D talked about last time. The last time New York and Vegas played, Sabrina Ionescu went off in New York, beat the brakes off of Vegas. So tonight is their revenge game. And then they play again 2 nights from now. And then I think they play again next week in New York. So like the Aces and the Liberty are going to be playing a lot over the next week and a half.
Series.
Yeah, that's just how the schedule unfolded because they were supposed to play Thursday, but the Commissioner's Cup, you don't know who's going to play in the Commissioner's Cup at the beginning of the season. It just happens to be New York and Vegas. So they play tonight, they play Thursday, and then I believe they play one more time next week in New York. So enjoy yourselves.
Aces are 27-3. Liberty is 24-6. So
the Liberty are within striking distance of catching Vegas. Like if New York wins tonight, I think they're like a game and a half out of the 1 seed. How many games? Well, they're 2.5 games behind now, right? Last time I checked, they're 3. So they win
24
tonight.
and 6 or 27 and 3.
Okay. So there'll be a game. There'll be 2 games behind if they win tonight. Like New
Do
York,
the Liberty have a chance of breaking the record?
the Aces have a chance of breaking the record, or
I'm talking about both of them.
I believe they do, but the WNBA added extra games this year, so it's not the traditional season. I think there are 4 or 5 extra games to get the most wins. But Vegas is on the same course that I believe the 98 Houston Comets were on in regards to their dominance. It was a Comets team. I want to say 98. I'm probably wrong. Still learning my history.
How about my Sparks winning 3 in a row?
Yeah, they have the third longest win streak in the league, I believe. It's the second or third longest win streak.
Making a comeback.
And
comeback. Liz Cambridge, protect yourself at all times.
Woo! Yeah, dog.
Protect yourself at all times.
You can't tell me she didn't call those people monkeys and tell them to go back to the third world country. You don't get punched like that for just saying some old regular stuff. Like she got cold clocked.
What if she said something like, "I enjoy your hair"?
No, she got punched worse than Jordan Poole.
I don't know if monkeys is it.
I think it was go back to your third world country. And someone was like, "Bet."
Why are you taking it so you adding a little? You've been adding a whole lot.
No, that's what the people who attended the practice said that she said. That they said she called them monkeys and she told them to go back to their third world country. That's what people who attended the practice.
Then you got to whoop some ass. Then
that's what people who attended the practice said. Like she was saying stuff like that.
No, you got to whoop some ass. Then I'm whooping ass in that situation.
Yeah, she got cold clocked. D. Where can the people find you?
Listen, you can find me. You hear that? Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. These new mixes I've been doing, I've been kind of working on. I think I was playing some earlier. It didn't sound too bad.
When you gonna jump on Twitch and give the people a mix?
I gotta get. I have to get another camera, and honestly, I feel like I kind of want to get a new desk. This desk is a little bit big for this room. Also, if you're on the West Coast, I hope you're. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you are staying cool. It's hot as fuck.
It's hot everywhere. It should never be this hot, this far away from the equator.
This is ridiculous. Kyle says, I'm currently in my 4th redraft of the season. I've just officially drafted Aaron Jones in all of them.
All right.
So Kyle, if Aaron Jones has a good year, so will you.
Yeah.
Kyle, I want to ask you and Akili, in a 10-team redraft league, if you have pick number 5, who are you going for? Bam. I want you to know if I was in pocket, you are fully out of it.
Bam. You want to know something funny?
Go ahead.
Bam's a firefighter.
Sounds about right. Keely says, any suggestions for a dude going to New York City for the first time tomorrow? Stay away from Hispanic women because you will come back pregnant.
Don't pay for the snatch, man. You can get it for free.
She gonna be like, you dead the fuck ass, and you need to walk away. Kyle, it's full PPR. Full PPR, 10-team league. I have pick number 5.
Listen, man. Enjoy the food. If you see someone walking if 3 or more people walking in your direction with Tim's, across the street.
Say that again?
If 3 or more people are walking in your direction with Butters, Wheats, Tim's, it is August and it is 90 plus degrees across the street. They are not wearing those boots because it's fashionable.
Well, these boots are made for walking.
They coming to stomp somebody's ass out. Don't let it be.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
You know what, Akili? Here's a side quest. See if you can find someone wearing a jersey dress. I saw the Maverick store selling jersey dresses online. Like, don't let them jersey dresses make a comeback. I'm gonna buy my wife all of them.
You look like you would be. You look like you would want to.
Dog, let me tell you, only the bad joints wore jersey dresses back in the day. She wearing a jersey dress. Skip. Skip.
Oh, you a freak ass boy. Y'all hear this, dude?
Skip. A jersey dress. Jersey dress in the sundress.
Y'all hear this, dude? You a freaky ass
Head to head.
boy.
The jersey dress was the sundress before the sundress.
You a freaky ass boy.
Hey man, let jersey dresses make a comeback. We going to the store tomorrow.
So Kyle says, Keely says depends on who's available, but he's happy with Chris McCaffrey, Eckler, Justin Jefferson, Chase, Barkley. Kyle then retorted and said, 10 team, I kind of like going with Kelsey over Barkley, but I agree with the other four guys that Keely said.
There you go.
And Bam says you can tell you grew up in the 90s jersey dress. Yeah, Bam.
You mean the two? You mean the 2000s?
Old as hell.
The 2000s. Hey, Finish Line got the old snap. We on it. Yeah, Finish Line got some jersey dresses. We on the way, baby.
You was definitely in the clubs during the snap era.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Well, I was going to the clubs at the very end of that era, but yes, I went to many house parties in the snap.
Yeah, Bam. He was at the house parties doing the lean with it, rock with the white.
Absolutely, that was a song that was inclusive because as fat as I was, that's all I could do.
Yeah, no, we got him.
Yeah, I admitted that.
We got him. Akili also says to me, picking Kelsey at 5 is good than hitting running back hard before grabbing a bunch of mid-tier wide receivers.
Yeah.
Kelsey at pick number 5 in a 10-team league, coming back and then getting the best available running back, and then every pick after that, you get the best wide receiver.
I imagine your roster would look something like Kelsey, Chubb, probably Devontae Smith, maybe Mike Evans, Amari Cooper.
See, in that case, though, if it was like because last year in this league, I had I stacked Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. It was butter. No one knew what to do with me. I kind of want to run that back again.
Go for it. Also, go ahead. My bad.
But see, here would be the play though. Kelsey at 5, Mahomes immediately after.
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen in the other league, the league that you run. Someone's going to grab Mahomes in the first 2 rounds.
So, Achilles said if he did it, it would probably be Kelsey, then RB, then wide receiver, then best player available.
Yeah, I mean after that, if you're in round 1, 2, 3, at round 5, you're probably looking for your quarterback. Keely said Daniel Jones is the sleeper.
Now let me ask you something. If you have this, last thing I'm gonna say, and then we can get out of here. If you have a pick in like pick 5, right? Because I feel like picks 1, 2, 3, 4, you're probably gonna get you can make some shape. If you have pick 5 though, is it really smart to try to draft for the stack, or should you leave that for like if you're drafting like 1, 2, or like 9, 10, or 11, 12?
I feel like you need to know that going in. I feel like you just can't let the board fall to you for the stack. Like if you want the Kelsey Mahomes stack, then just go ahead and commit to it.
Go ahead and commit to it.
That's my thinking. Now, if you're like, the last pick and you're doing the snake, yeah, it's easy to stack. It's easier to do the stack, but what's the stack going to be at 10 and 11? Hurts and AJ Brown?
It's not a bad one though.
Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Like, what's the stack going to be to justify drafting a quarterback in the first 2 rounds that's not Patrick Mahomes?
Or what if that is the stack?
I mean, Hurts and AJ Brown isn't bad. I'm just saying, right? At 5, if you're going to do the stack, go for it. I feel like if you're at the last pick and the board falls for a stack, then just go ahead and do it because the board fell the way. But if you're going to do it at 5, like you need to commit to it. Like don't draft Kelsey at 5 and you want to do the stack and then skip on Mahomes the next time if he's there, because he might not be there the next time around.
Yeah, then you're sitting there with uneven,
which isn't bad because you get. But
what about how do you feel about the wide receiver running back stack?
I've never thought of that. That is territory I try not to go into because at least the QB stack, I mean, unless it's if the QB wide receiver stack, like the wide receiver success is dependent on the QB, the running back success is not dependent on the wide receiver or vice versa.
What about QBRB?
Yeah, but you don't get points
Justin
for
Herbert,
handoffs.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I mean, I think about it, but I've never thought of the RB
Daniel
QB
Jones,
stack.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, or if you have a team again, well, I wouldn't do any Eagles running back, but yeah, if you have a team that runs like a lot of read option, like a Josh Allen. I don't know who the Bills running back is anymore.
Sure.
But
My brother, as always, it's always a pleasure when we get to chat up. We talked a lot of fantasy today, so that's how I know that we're getting to that time of the season. How do you feel about our draft? Do you feel like you're in a position to maybe make a run back to the championship?
I'm doing a lot of mocks now. I'm just trying to determine if am I going to do a stack or how am I going to attack this? Because again, 5 is kind of tricky. Kyle said Aaron Jones and Jordan Love. Good luck with that.
Might not be a bad one. Josh Allen and James Cook.
Yes, but who drafted James Cook? Like that's
might be a sleeper.
I mean, that's like round 10, maybe. I don't know his ADP, but that's my guess.
I'm probably going to start some mock drafts pretty soon. Maybe tonight. Actually, might be a good day to start.
I know I am.
How about in my work league? This is how they're determined. It's the only draft. It's the only league I don't know my draft position yet. But it's because we all had to send when we paid our dues into the league. We all had to send this guy a song, and he's gonna we're gonna draft like during a work day. And we all had to send him a song. He's gonna put the song on shuffle, and he's gonna make a playlist. And however the playlist turns out is the draft order.
That's cool. That's pretty funny. I saw one, and then we can get out of here. I saw one for the draft order. They went to the beach and ran 40s in the sand.
I wish we could do that. I wish we could do that.
That wouldn't be fair.
You want to hear the song? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what's your song?
This was the song that I gave him. It's called "Solo Steppin' Crate Boy" by Lil Yachty. People, listen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and all we can do is say thank you. We appreciate you. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at LosDemix. That's LOSDEEMIX. That's me. Make sure you also follow the pod. Speak on it _pod on Instagram, on Twitter, on what's the other one? TikTok.
Twitch. I mean TikTok, not Twitch.
And all the shit. Follow us. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Danny, let the people know where to find you at, my brother.
Find me on that X app, DannyOcean41. Send us your emails for your questions. speakonthepod14@gmail.com. Again, speakonthepod14@gmail.com. We will catch you all next week.
This was the song I sent him, by the way.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh, hell no. I hope you get last place.
You bugging. This is deep.